I flew from LA to Vancouver and slept for 2 straight days because apparently I'm burned out and my body didn't tell me till I got here. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vicky, and let's talk about caregiver burnout and how we don't realize just how much we're working until we're out of the situation. Michael and I haven't had a real vacation since March of 2024, and we have been planning this Alaska cruise for over 2 years, actually probably more closer to 3. And the last couple of months getting ready for this cruise, we have been so busy with not only maintaining our own home, but maintaining Mill's home, taking care of her, and doing the trust administration. And you can guess it. Anything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. Mill needed her medications adjusted. The lights in her home needed to be fixed, and don't get me started on California laws. So she's got fluorescent light bulbs. You can't buy those in California anymore. And LEDs don't work. So guess what? You gotta call an electrician. You gotta change out the ballast so things work. So having to get all of this stuff done because we're gonna be gone for 2 weeks, making sure all her bills are paid, every single I is dotted and T is crossed to make sure she's taken care of, making sure everyone has a way to reach us in case of an emergency. And we're just doing it. We're doing everything that we need to do. And as Michael says all the time, can't be at home and rest, because if you try to take a vacation at home, then you're doing all these things that you find that you didn't have time when you were working. And as my friend Jazz from Jazz Nomad TV says, when you sit at home, that house is just going to talk. Laundry needs to be done. Dishes need to be washed. Weeds need to be pulled. Kids need to be fed. Whatever it is to keep you from actually being able to unwind. So we had plans. We're going to fly to Vancouver. We're going to leisurely, casually tour the city and wait to catch our cruise in 3 days. That's not what happened. We landed at the Vancouver airport. We checked into the hotel. We had dinner. We took showers and we fell asleep. And my body let me sleep. And that is something it never lets me do at home. At home, no matter what time I go to bed, whether it's 10 p.m. or 3 a.m., my body is going to get me up no later than 6 a.m. because it says, get up, you got things you got to do. But when I got here, it said, you don't need to tour Vancouver. You need to go to sleep. And it let me sleep for 10 hours the first day. Michael slept almost 12. It's what we needed. We needed to retool, and visiting the city wasn't what our bodies needed. And we spent that day basically looking out at this view, watching the birds fly by the window. And it's perfectly fine because you got to do what your body needs you to do. And I've said it before, if I continue to push myself, I'm no good to Michael, I'm no good to Mill, I'm no good to myself. But it's really hard to slow down and to stop when you're it. Everything that you do keeps someone else alive. But it's also what I signed up for. And so if I have to sleep 3 days in order to actually enjoy when I actually get on the ship, then that's what I'm going to do, because we need to be able to enjoy this time. And if enjoying the time means laying up and watching Canadian TV, then that's what it is. Let me know, have you experienced this type of burnout where you just go, and you don't even know that you're burned out, and then you get someplace or you are starting to do something and your body just completely gives out on you and says, stop, you're not doing what I need you to do, go to bed, take a nap, or you just zone out completely. And how did it feel? Because I'm telling you, this actually felt pretty cool and pretty wonderful. I mean, it took everything in my power to drag myself downstairs to go to breakfast. And I'll show you the breakfast room too. I took a little tour of that and with my camera, and pretty nice views down there too. So I don't feel like I'm missing too much of Vancouver. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you might want to do that now, because I will be documenting our trip to Alaska. It's one of my bucket list trips I've wanted to take. I've wanted to take it for a long time. And we decided to do it as a cruise so that we could see more of Alaska in a short period of time. And I'll share that with you, because aging on your terms isn't just about getting the documents together and planning for the future. It's also about living too, because this life is for us to enjoy as well. So we actually went out to dinner each night. And on this night, we found ourselves rolling the dice to see what would be in our old fashions. And since Michael's the crap shooter in our family, he took the reins and he rolled Knob Creek bourbon for the spirit, cherry simple syrup, and chocolate bitters. Here's to vacation and finally waking up. But wait, I actually did something very out of character for me. Last year, my friend Dora at Exploradora 80 challenged me to record myself dancing in a public bathroom. I pulled my camera out of my purse and got myself out of my comfort zone. Our walks back from dinner happened between 8:30 to 9-ish, and because we were further north, the days were longer, and it was still light outside. And our resident friendly Canadian geese would be out, not paying us any attention. If you've made it this far with me, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.